Hi, this is Amy Romeo from the jewelry and craft making blog amyromeo.com, and on this channel I share fun and easy jewelry making and craft projects. Today in this video I want to show you how to make these really pretty fall leaf earrings from faux leather. It's a very simple pattern. It's a really fun, quick afternoon craft to make, and I think you're going to like it. So before we get started, if you want to see more videos like these, I really hope you'll subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button down below. And if you're ready, let's get started. Let's go over the tools and materials I'll use to make these fall leaf earrings. The first is a Cricut cutting machine. I'll use the Cricut Maker, but you could also use an Explore Air 2 or even the Cricut Joy. I'll link to a video that gives you more details specifically about how to cut faux leather with the Cricut Joy. I'll use the purple strong grip cutting mat and some fall colored faux leather. These sheets are from Cricut Company. They have an Etsy shop and they have a lot of great faux leather, so I will link to them in the description box for you. I'll use blue painter's tape and some scissors, a weeding tool, a 1/16 inch hole punch, and I use that to punch my earring holes instead of having the Cricut make the holes. I'll use flat nose pliers to attach the earring hooks, and I'm just using regular shepherd's earring hooks in sort of an antique gold finish, and 2 jump rings. These are 6mm size, but you could also use 5mm. And if you don't want to use jewelry making tools, I'll show you how to use these ball ear wire hooks, which are really easy and quick for making earrings. And if you want to make the fall leaf design that I'll be showing you, that's one of my original SVG files. It's in my Etsy shop and it's also on my website, and I will link to that. But if you want to use a leaf SVG that you already have, or maybe one in Cricut Design Space, you can definitely do that. You'll just want to make 3 copies of that shape and vary the heights so they layer like the leaves I'm going to show you in my video. So let's go through quickly how to upload the SVG cut file into Cricut Design Space and get started. So the first step is to click on New Project in Design Space and then Upload, and then Upload Image, browse for where the SVG file is located, and you'll see a preview of the SVG file, and click Save, and then click on the shapes and insert images to bring them into your canvas. So you can see that there's 3 staggered leaf shapes. If you're using your own leaf, I recommend that you also stagger them in a way that you like. The leaf heights that I did, the bottom leaf is 2.25 inches, the second leaf is about 1.75 inches, and the third leaf is 1.4 inches. I like the size and the layout of these leaves, so I'm going to click the Make It button. And Design Space will separate out the 3 different colors of faux leather onto 3 different cutting mats. It's not necessary to mirror the mats, so just click Continue. As I said, I'll be using the Cricut Maker, but if you're using the Cricut Explore Air 2, just turn your dial to Custom first, and then the material selection I'm going to use is faux leather paper thin. If you don't have that setting as a favorite like I do here, you can click on Browse All Materials and type in faux leather and search for it and select it that way. So before I start cutting, I like to hover over the first mat so it zooms in and I can see what size material I want to cut so that my shapes will cut out completely. So it looks like I need a piece of faux leather about 3 inches wide and a little over 2 inches tall. And as I cut each mat, I'll return to this mat preview here on the left and make a note of each size for each mat. I will cut all 3 of these mats from the same material setting, faux leather paper thin. So let me click on that, and the pressure menu, I always choose more. And once I've made my selection and changed the pressure and made a note of what size material to cut, it's time to cut the faux leather and prepare the mat. So let me show you how I prepare my mats and cut them. The first thing that I do is I cut a small piece of material to the size that I noted in Cricut Design Space. And the first mat that we'll cut is the orange layer. I always cut a small piece and tape it down, and that's going to help you get a much better cut than if you try and tape a large piece of faux leather down, because then the material might move and shift. When it's a small piece and it's taped well, you're going to get a much better cut. So the faux leather goes pretty side down in the top corner of the mat. And press it down firmly with your fingers, and then using just regular blue painter's tape from the hardware store, tape down all the sides. And load the mat into the machine by pressing the double arrows button. The faux leather paper thin setting is a double cut, and I'm going to press C to begin the cut. When the cut's complete, before I hit the double arrow button to unload the mat, I want to check using my sharp weeding tool and see if the cut was complete. It looks like it is, but if it wasn't, I could press the C button again and it will repeat the double cut. A lot of times when people cut faux leather, they're frustrated because it doesn't cut all the way through. Usually you just need to hit the C button one more time and let it go through and cut again, and you'll see you get a nice cut. So I'll press the double arrow button and just remove my leaf shapes and set them aside. And because I'm using the same material setting, I will cut the other two pieces to size and put them on the purple mat, cut them out, and then I'll show you how I attach the earring hooks. To punch the holes in the leaves to hang the earrings, I like to use a 1/16 inch paper punch. It's a very small little punch. It works like a hole punch for paper, but it works great on faux leather. And I just line it up, not too close to the edge, and punch. And then I like to use this one that I just punched to help me punch the same earring on the other side so the holes are in the same spot. Let me see if you can see that. And then I'll just repeat that process and punch all the holes. Now that all the holes are made, I like to stagger the leaf design so the leaf tips face different directions. But of course you can arrange them however you'd like. This one goes here and this one goes here. Okay. So I'll use the jump ring, the 6mm size jump ring, to connect all the leaves together and then attach the leaves to the earring hook. But before we do that, I need to make a minor adjustment in the earring hook so the leaves will hang straight when you put the earring in your ear. So this little tiny loop here on the bottom, I'm going to use my pliers and I'm going to turn it sideways so that the leaves will hang straight. And the way I do that is to grip the hook in my thumb and forefinger firmly, and using flat nose pliers, grip the earring hook loop and just twist. And I'll need to do that on both earring hooks. And the next step is to open the jump ring. And I like to open jump rings using 2 pair of flat nose pliers. There's a small opening in the jump ring and I like to put it at the top and then put 1 pair of pliers on each side, basically at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and then just twist with my wrist to open the jump ring. So I will layer on the earring leaves. And then I will add the earring hook, making sure it's going in the right direction. I hold on to it the whole time with 1 pair of pliers. It just helps me work. And then I'll grip again on the opposite side and just reverse the wrist movement to close up the jump ring. And you'll see that that way the leaf will hang straight when you put the earring in your ear. And I wanted to show you quickly, if you don't want to use the tools, you can use these ball ear wire hooks. These are from Hobby Lobby, but they sell them at all different kinds of places. It's just a simple hook with a ball, and all we need to do is thread the leaves on, starting with the smallest to biggest, and pull them down. And there you go. That's it. So either way you want to attach the earring hooks, you certainly can. You could also make these leaves a little larger if you wanted to. You could cut these layers from glitter faux leather or any color faux leather you want. And that's it. I hope this video inspired you to try making some fall leaf earrings with your Cricut. And for more great tutorials, including fall projects, Halloween projects, projects really for all seasons, including tips and tricks on how to make faux leather earrings with a Cricut, I hope you'll head over to my blog at amyromeo.com and check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.